Hello and welcome to Stephen Tries Less, the greatest channel in the world? I don't know, I'm just throwing it out there. You know, you tell me guys, seriously, someone tell me something in the comments, you know? Boring. Today we are reacting to scandal, shock, comedy. No, it's not my wacky take on 9/11. We are watching the Roast of the Sidemen 2. It's the second one, the second coming. And boy, did I come. So if you haven't seen the video, this small group on YouTube called the Sidemen, they wanted to be roasted for the second time. Was once not enough? You want me to reload the shotty, do you? Your dad doesn't hug you. Bang! You're fat. Bang! You're old. Bang! You stink of piss. I'm going to react to it. Only my stuff, though. Because I don't want to step on other people's toes or react to shit jokes, Calyx.
Your mum works for DPD.
Hopefully, I'll give you some insight into how I insulted 7 millionaires. Let's get into it.
Mr. Stephen Tries.
To give you some context into this, I was backstage sort of practicing my stuff, so I didn't hear anything that Cal or Becky said. I heard them getting the big laughs. I've been told Max Fosh and Ian Sterling were doing it, and I thought, F***, Ian Sterling, a professional comedian? Yeah, not this fraud.
Don't worry, there's no lost child announcement.
So I sort of went in the zone of Eminem in the song, I think it's Forever by Drake. Hey, hip-hop fans. But I was like, oh, I'm going to have to come hard. I'm going to have to come hard for these 7 boys, I said. I'm not well.
Some great roasting so far. I haven't witnessed such a nasty put-down since Deji's dog got incinerated.
But basically, when Deji walked in, I went, you know, I'm just all talk. You know, if people have a problem with me, I've got nothing to back it up. I was like, hey, it's a joke. It's a joke, all right? But no, he loved it. He really enjoyed that. Probably too much.
I read that the Sidemen are opening a hotel. Will guests have to do all the work there as well?
Not much of a reaction. You can see Simon looking at me. Sort of loving guys, I'd say. Same with Harry. Josh not having it. I mean, the one video where you have to have that is when I literally do all the work and you just sit there. In this one.
Ethan is the face of Gymshark, and also the bingo wings.
Solid joke. Easy, cheap.
Ethan is now a father, but the pregnancy wasn't easy. Will you still find me attractive with stretch marks and saggy tits? I will, said Faith.
I wasn't talking about the pregnant lady, no. I was talking about Ethan. I mean, when it comes to roasting, I go hard. You know, I go for it. Because look at this child. Yeah? Look at him. That's why I can roast, because I've heard everything before.
Fuck off with your ginger chips.
It's been said to me. I've just stored it and then, you know, recycled it to other people.
Ethan made a documentary about him running a marathon. Exhausted, fed up, and wanted to quit after 5 minutes. I eventually made it through the video.
That was one to just more set up the next one. Everyone knew where I was going with it. It's not really a great roast. It's just something, you know, a cheeky presenter would say.
In the documentary, we learned that when Ethan was at his heaviest, he almost killed himself. What did you do? Film a mukbang video?
When you take such a, for want of a better word, heavy topic, you've got to make light of it, you know? Got to have a laugh. I've got questionable morals.
Josh says he's tired of being called boring. Yeah, you f***ing luck it, mate.
Once called me an underachiever, yeah? So I think that's all justified.
Josh is often described as YouTube royalty. Unfortunately for him, they mean Prince Andrew.
I had this joke written because I've been preparing this roast for months because it was originally going to be in November, I think, and then people dropped out. I was on a podcast and somebody said it to me, that joke. And I was, YouTube royalty is in Prince Andrew. I thought, oh, God. I still said it anyway.
Vic, before the charity match, you told me not to make any paedophile jokes.
Yeah, aside from Deji, Vic was the one I was most worried about because the issue is with these roasts, a lot of them, they're just successful, you know? And we've already done a roast. So for Vic, I just had to make stuff up. And this is definitely the roast I enjoyed writing the most.
Vic has a little gym in his house. The poor boy is handcuffed to the radiator.
That was one of the difficult things. I had Simon and Toby, Toby in particular, sort of getting the punchlines before I'd even said them. So I was always rushing them out thinking, oh shit, am I this predictable? I'm glad the paedophile stuff worked. Because if not, I had a lot more to go. So very thankful people enjoyed that.
Vic is getting married. I'm so excited for the bride and groomer.
I don't know why that got a shocked face. I mean, Vic's enjoying it. Thank you, Vic. That was one of the tamer ones. I've said he's got a little boy called Jim handcuffed to a radiator. I call him a groomer, and that's the line, is it?
Vic's wedding is going to be a black tie event. Bad news for Harry, he hates both those groups.
So for that one, I watched Tony Wright, a good friend of mine, do stand-up, and he made the black tie reference. So I possibly owe money for copyright of that. Changed it, but did I change it enough, you know?
DJs are known for scribbing records, so Vic has had plenty of practice when wiping his hard drives.
I loved that one. I thought that would get a bigger laugh, but no.
Vic scored a great goal in a charity match. Harry hadn't seen such a ruthless finish since his ex left him.
Stephen!
I love how Harry pleads with me. Stephen! Harry said some crazy things, and yet that is where he says no. Hey, come on. I'm just a human being.
In the Sidemen, Harry ticks all the boxes, according to an autism expert I spoke to.
The reason I said this one was to set up the next joke.
Harry's ex broke up with him because she wanted something he couldn't give her. What was it? Eye contact?
I wrote that shortly after I found out. So that's been in my notes on my phone for about 2 years. Glad to finally get it out there in the world.
When people go for penis enlargements, they hold up a picture of Toby's nose.
These are the nasty roasts, because I guess that's just someone's appearance that they can't really change. Oh, God! So I was just getting a really close look at Toby's nose there. And what you always have to remember is, these guys are millionaires. I am punching up.
Toby, if you did cocaine, you'd snort verses, not lines.
No.
That was a bar. Hello again, hip-hop fans. Sometimes when you write a joke, you go, yeah, that's gonna hit. Max Fosh later on had a joke about snorting cocaine. I felt for Max because when you go last, you're bound to lose some jokes just from people saying things similar.
Toby has a good boy reputation. But did you know he once got stopped by the police for having a concealed weapon in his nose?
That one was just a cheap joke, but it was stupid enough to make me laugh. So, I just went with that.
What's the difference between Simon and his viewers? Simon's engaged.
It's a good joke. It's a good joke. I don't think I roasted Simon at all last time. I don't think I said one joke about him. Again, he's very hard to roast. I think that one was good.
Simon is a big fan of Leeds. Good news, I think Deji has a spare one.
Back to the dead dog stuff and Deji catching stray shots. I mean, it is a bit horrible what I'm saying, but, it's like a license to say it with these videos.
Simon has a kids' charity called MM7. Or as Vic pronounces it, 7.
That was definitely my favourite one. I mean, you can see me laughing as I say it. I'm so full of myself. Great promo for the charity as well. You're welcome, Simon.
What's the difference between KSI and a retail park? A retail park has pets at home. R.I.P.
That was one about hamster Neo had recently died as well. So I was just praying on the recent death of his hamsters. It wasn't about Deji's dog, that one.
JJ, Prime is the most tasteless thing you've produced since the face.
From the edit, you can tell what I was on about there.
When boxing, JJ walks out to his own music, so his opponent's ears are already bleeding. Hey, Ethan, what was your dad's walkout music?
It's just nasty. It's just nasty.
KSI was strongly anti-vax until he realised he couldn't dodge a jab.
I also did one about him losing a split decision with his girlfriend, but that didn't work at all because he's with his girlfriend now. Their happiness cost me a joke. Well done.
Hearing JJ's music makes me want to jump on a track at Euston Station.
And why have they put in a train set? We all know what... Oh, it's for the American viewers. I've just realised why they did that. I thought like the editor was a big Thomas the Tank fan.
But seriously, JJ, the biggest hit you've had was from your dad's belt. Thank you very much.
So there we have it. The roast. Best joke out of the lot. Probably the MM7 one, worst one. I'd say probably the cushion one, and that was just weird. A lot of fun. I think first time I did the roast, I feel like I had better jokes, which is to be expected because, you know, it was the first time doing it. Obviously, I have a lot more to go off. But I still enjoyed that. I don't know if I could do another roast. You know, I've ran out of horrible things to say. I need some scandals, boys. I need drama. A couple of divorces would be nice. You know, just something to go on like that. Anyway, let me know what your favourite joke was. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, check out all these others. I mean, there's loads. They're all just flying past behind me now. So much comedy goes on this channel. Stay safe, stay humble. Ciao. Let me know how you think that video... fucking hell. This is terrible. Even by your standards, this is shit.